Hey everyone, this is Addye Buckley-Burnell. I'm the Associate Director of Career Development in the University Career Center. I'm here with a quick tip today about how to go about setting up an informational interview or network in a professional way. So right now is a great time to be kind of reaching out to people who are also probably stuck at home and looking to find ways of introducing yourself, learn more about your future profession, or maybe learn more about opportunities that may exist in an industry or a company of interest. If you checked out my last quick tip, you would have heard more about how to identify these people, and this is the follow-up of how to go about actually contacting these people once you've identified them. So watch that video, then come back and hear this. So contacting people in a professional manner, of course, is going to be ideal. Whether that be on the phone or email, whatever you're more comfortable with, I would say stick with. I tend to be an email person. I like to not put people on the spot, and so therefore crafting a nice email tends to be my preferred method. Now, when it comes to crafting an email, remember, follow the email etiquette. So that means having a professional subject line that is easily searchable, using an actual salutation of hello, good morning, addressing someone by name. Even having a professional signature could be beneficial in there, or at least saying sincerely, thanks, whatever the case may be with your signature. Now, the actual email can be very basic. This is going to be just simply, how do you know about this person, maybe a connection point, and then what you're hoping to find out. Now, the key is going to be asking for information and advice, not for a job, not for an internship, not for a contact. The key is to get information or advice. Everyone's favorite topic is themselves. And so doing a little flattery could be very helpful, and then giving them that open door to give you advice, hugely beneficial. So the goal of this email is not to find a position, it is to set up a time to meet with that individual. Right now, via Zoom is a great way to do that. You can do that very easily. You can do that via FaceTime, whatever is going to be most convenient, as long as you're staying in a professional mindset. So start that email out by, Dear Mr. Ms. Dr. Name. I recently came across your information while looking for Auburn alumni, or while looking for people in general in this industry or at this organization, and I would love to hear more about how you got started. I am a current student at Auburn alumni, majoring in all right? I would love to get some advice or information from you about how you got started, and I'd love to know more about your career progression and how you might advise someone entering into the industry. Sincerely, your name, your contact information. That's simple. You don't need to go too elaborate. You don't need to be too wordy. People don't have time. Keep it brief. Now, the best advice I can give you as far as who to contact are going to be Auburn alum, ideally. They obviously are going to be more invested in your professional growth. And then go for people who are above your position. So although we tend to think about going with people who are more in line with where we are currently, maybe recent graduates, new professionals, in reality, your best bet are going to be going above that person to even senior level management, because those are going to be the people who want to mentor. Those are going to be the people who want to give advice, want to give information to the future generation. These are going to be the people who are not threatened by you. All right, so go for above. Send that email. Now, setting up a Zoom meeting, setting up a phone call, make it very clear, sending links, sending addresses, confirming, be professional in all of your interactions, because that's going to be their first stance of who you are. You may even say, I'd love to just send you my resume so you have an idea of who I am, or if you have an online portfolio, sending them that link so that they have a chance to kind of get to know who you are even before you meet. Being on time, being courteous, being respectful of time, and being prepared are going to be ideal for this meeting. So when you meet via Zoom, via phone, via FaceTime, in person, eventually, we want to make sure that we are prepared with the questions you need to know. So some of the things that you want to know, that you don't know you want to know, are things like, what is the progression of this position? I see that you started off here. How did you get to where you are? Or where do you see yourself going in the future? How did you get your foot in the door in your first company? What experiences do you recommend for a new graduate to gain along the way? What additional skill sets would be useful for me to know. This, again, is a great time to start building on those skill sets that may not be involved in your courses. Maybe learning some more with Excel or InDesign. Great resources on our campus to help you with that. Remember, this is your chance to get all of that information. So ask for advice. The more you let them talk, the more likely they are to actually remember you, and the better your chances are of using this relationship in the future going forward. So get all that information, and then always thanking them for their time, asking them if there's anyone else they know that you can meet with that might also be willing to talk to you. So spreading that network, and then following up with a thank you note. Reciprocating any additional help you can give to them would be really beneficial. So these meetings can be 20 minutes over coffee. It could be a half an hour. It could be an hour. It could be a full job shadow, just depending on what you set up. Just remember to be courteous, respectful, keeping these contacts fresh. So, continue to keep them in the loop of your progression, making sure that you are reciprocating any way you can. So if you know that they're looking for somebody maybe in a different type of role, letting them know people that you may know that could help with that. Or if you hear of an article or technology that could be beneficial, giving them those resources to kind of reciprocate that relationship is a great way to keep it fresh. But again, this is a perfect time to start in this process. We have great tip sheets on our website that will help you in kind of knowing additional questions that you may want to know. Things like professional organizations that you may want to get involved in, where they see this industry going in the next few years, what some of their top competitors might be to give you some idea of future employers, and even things like what would be the one thing you wish you knew. So I hope that was helpful for you today. Watch the last video to get an idea of how to find these people, do this quick tips about how to actually contact them, and make the most of those relationships. Good to see you guys. Have a great rest of your day.